Welcome back to Joe's Stunner Boxing. Sean Noakes made a maiden defence of his English welterweight title. He defeated the previously undefeated Mathew Rennie. Rennie came in with 14 wins and a draw, no defeats. He only had one KO. I think that lack of power really did cost him, because for the first 3 rounds when he was fresh, he was very competitive with Noakes. Very sort of slippery and slidey, Rennie, very crafty, very much likes to fight chess matches. Hadn't fought anyone in the past, all journeyman. He did have an 8-round win over Moorcroft, James Moorcroft, I think. That was probably his best win, but most of the time he's fighting, 8-rounders, 6-rounders against journeyman. Jumped up to English level. 26 years old, Rennie. Good skills, slippery, southpaw. Was switch hitting a bit in the first few rounds, and I gave him 2 of the first 3 rounds because I thought when he was fresh, he was able to sort of offset Noakes, and Noakes is a pressure fighter. I just thought he was, pinching the rounds, you know what I mean? Like just doing enough to sort of fiddle his way through them and then snatch the rounds at the end of it. And at 26, he can come again. But I think if you go up to sort of British level, the lack of power is going to find him out. He doesn't try to hurt the opponent, Mathew Rennie, but it certainly cost him against Sean Noakes, because Noakes looked so much physically stronger. He's 29 now, Sean Noakes. He moves to 9 wins with 4 KOs, no draws, no defeats. And he is actually the older brother of Sam Noakes, who's also fighting on this Magnificent 7 card over at the Wembley Arena. Sean Noakes won the title against Inder Basse. That was mid this year, June, July this year. Won a 10-round decision. The English title is fought over 10 rounds, not 12. And he won it. I thought he definitely won it, but he was made to work against Basse. Basse won rounds off him. And I thought Rennie won a couple. I think all 3 of the judges had it 97, 93. I had it 98, 92. But there's no doubt that he was having to put that concerted effort on and having to think about what he was doing. And he'll probably be a better fighter for these 10 rounds, because Rennie is an awkward sod. I mean that in a complimentary way. He's a very shrewd operator. He can sort of get through rounds. At the end of, I think it was the 5th round, that was the only occasion when Noakes really hurt Rennie. Rennie was I think he might have been in his corner, but he was stung and he stiffened, badly, and his legs but the bell went, and between rounds his legs, he couldn't sit on that stool quick enough, trust me. But then he recovered well, and he went back to this sort of slick nitpicking and, shimmying and feinting, and Noakes just couldn't catch him again. Now, I would say Sean Noakes is, on the evidence of what I've seen in his career, he's probably he can get to British level. I think the British welterweight title isn't beyond him. I don't think he goes really to European or world level. Maybe European. He might win a few of those alphabet soup trinkets. But I don't really see him getting beyond that. He's 29 now, and he's only had the 9 pro fights. And there's nothing wrong, by the way, in being British level. That's more than most fighters are, and more than most fighters would achieve. He's got that English belt. He's defended it once now. Maybe he's looking at a British title shot. I don't know, but I like the fact that he's quite broad backed. He's physically strong. I'd like to see him jab a lot more. He punches to the body very well, especially the right hand to the body. But I would like to see more jabs, a little bit more technique thrown in with the physical strength, because he's got that. He's definitely, if he can make the 147 weight easy, I think he can. It didn't look to me like anything wrong with his engine. I'd like to see him work on the technique more and a few more jabs. Now, admittedly, against someone like Mathew Rennie, that's very difficult, because Rennie is slippery. But I want to see a bit more working off the jab, hanging the hooks, and whether it's to the body or head off the jab. I'm not telling his team anything they don't know. I'm sure they've got it sussed. But it was a good win against an undefeated fighter. And Sean Noakes can go on and have a very good domestic career. Can he go beyond that? I think the jury's still out. I know Francis Warren is his manager, so obviously, it's all Queensberry is a family, currently a family affair, isn't it? Because George Warren looks after the behind the scenes stuff, very, very influential, and Francis does the managing, and he'll get opportunities, Sean Noakes. But yeah, good. I'd say a good fighter. And Mathew Rennie at 26, probably sitting down your punches a bit more would be nice, and maybe just try and balance all that slippery defensive stuff with a little bit more offense, being a little bit busier, a little bit less counter-punching and a bit more proactivity, if that's the word. But at 26, he can come again as well, you know. But we'll see. We will see. All right, if you've got any comments on this fight, if you watched it, what do you think? What do you think of Sean Noakes? How far do you think he can go? What do you think of Mathew Rennie? His tactics? It looked to me, certainly for the second half of the fight, like he was pretty much fighting to sort of go the distance. But tell me what you think. If you've got any opinions, comments below. Please, please, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, because you're helping us out a lot. And also hit the like button, because, hey, it's all love, isn't it? Hey. We've got plenty more to come. The Magnificent 7 card is well underway now, so look out for some more review videos, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.